Okay, it is day 7 of NaNoWriMo, and on par. We haven't really done any writing today, but that's because, we've been working all day. Now we're making food while we continue doing other work, but there will be some time for writing later. But I just gotta get through all the things and kind of make do with the lighting that looks like it's washing me out. It is what it is. These videos aren't meant to look super special. It's just to keep a track and an update on how things are going. So, if we want to get super technical, I have done writing. It's just not writing for NaNoWriMo. I've done a level of ghost writing for one of my jobs. It's fine. It's fine. We boil in some eggs for a salad. And we're gonna get on a call in a little bit to talk about a project for my master's. Yeah, just gonna have a grand old time tonight. But we are going to get words on the page for the novel. We are still going to hit that everyday writing goal, and if we don't, I will be sad. So first things first, we're going to submit homework assignment. Homework assignment submitted, and it gave me confetti. How great. So that is kind of what I've been doing for the last little bit, is working on homework, but I have gotten some words on the page. I actually had time to write words on the page before I hopped into doing homework, which I was excited about. Now I'm gonna write some more words on the page and potentially get in bed earlier. I have so many ideas that are like literally rummaging around in my head right now that I'm not fully sure what order they all need to go in and how they all fit together. That is one of the harder parts, I think, of the nano process in general. Because really one of the focuses of NaNoWriMo is vomiting all the words on the page. In this case, because I'm trying to patch holes in a story that I've already been working on for the last year, just literally trying to spit out any ideas that I have, whether they're good or not, which is sometimes very difficult because I really just want it to be right the first time. It's what I want. I can't help it. We're massively behind word count. We're just kind of letting word count go to the wind. So I don't know that we will hit even the same amount of words that we did last year. But who knows? Maybe I will have an insane writing day and get caught up. But let's do a quick check, shall we? This is not including any words that I've written today because of whatnot, but let's just see. So if I were on pace today, I would be at about 13,000 words. Instead, I'm about like 8,000 words behind. It's okay. But by the weekend, I should be at 20. And I'm just barely sniffing at the moment, at the time of writing, the time of recording, which is 9:22 p.m. on November 8th. I'm about a quarter of the way there. So if I can find a way to magically make 15,000 words appear over the next 4 days, then we'll be caught up and we'll be back on pace. I haven't had like horrible writing days. I mean, my first day was the best day with over 1,100 words. But I've had some, but I haven't, the only other day that I broke 1,000 was the 5th. So some of this is accepting the fact that it's not going to be right the first time. And so I just need to let it go and let it go on the page. Because there have been times so far in these first 8 days where I look at it and go, that's gross. I don't like that. I want to get rid of that. But I'm forcing myself to keep it because we can remove it in the editing process, because it may be that when I read it again, I think differently. But likelihood, I'm going to be like, that's disgusting. I do not want that. And so it's going to go away. But it works now because it's not connecting to anything. Nothing that I have written there's only a couple things that truly connect to other things that have already been written, because I have started rereading what I have already written to see where are my holes so I can kind of create and start leaning in that direction. But we got a lot of other things that we also have to give the creative energy to right now, because I'm in an entrepreneurship class. So got to give a little bit of creative energy there. Can't save it all for the Nano, which I have mixed feelings about, but that's just because I would really like to give all the creative energy to the Nano, but that's not how things are at the moment. I've actually kind of taken a little bit of a page out of my own book that I'm writing of, trying to write while favorite TV show is on in the background. So I'm catching up on some NCIS while working on the novel. And I mean, I'm getting things on the page. It's not like a ton of things on the page, but I'm still getting things on the page. So it kind of works. Just trying to do different things and seeing what happens and what comes out. Well, not the lowest day of words added that I've had so far. I've had one day that's been lower, but we've definitely had better days, but it's okay. We still got words on the page. It'll be interesting to see how this weekend goes, because it's Alumni Weekend. Not going to the Friday night stuff like I typically do, because I've got other things going on. But I will be going Saturday. So we're going to see how that goes. Because typically, the way that Alumni Weekend works for me is I go over, I do all the fun things with the Friday Night Fun. And I may get a few words in, I may not get a few words in. That's typically how that goes. And then I have a good piece of the morning, but I'm already over there, so I don't have to stress about anything else to get through, like to get some words on the page then. And I may have time, depending on what time I get back. May have time to put more words on the page. Alumni Weekend is not a good weekend for writing words, but so the likelihood of me getting to 20,000, which is what I should be back at by the weekend, is about to big. So we're just going to be happy with getting words on the page. So I've done a vast variety of things and I've gotten minimal words on the page. But that is just sometimes how it goes. And I mean, as I said in the last clip, it's kind of on par for this specific weekend to not be a large producing writing weekend, because it's Alumni Weekend. The ideas are a little struggling, but we'll see what we can get. Driving to Jacksonville. We are already in Alabama. I did stay up until like 2 a.m. last night, so the words that were written between midnight and 2 counted towards today, and then I also wrote a little bit this morning before I hopped on the road to come out to Jacksonville. So I have written something today, so we can at least check that off the box, but we've also had plenty of ideas stirring in our head as we are driving to Jacksonville. And I have, with the help of my Google Assistant, has written down all the things that are in my head, so hopefully I'll be able to get those into actual like words for the novel, and if I get back within enough time, I'll write them today and they can count towards today's word count, or it just may be tomorrow's word count. Either way, totally fine. But I'm close to 9,000 words. I was hoping to, like, it was my goal to break 9,000 words before I left today, but I just couldn't get there within the time that I had, because we definitely were not going to be getting up super early after staying up till 2 a.m. We were still going to make sure we had a healthy amount of sleep. So, got that. Yeah, I'm gonna share a little bit of the alumni festivities today, so enjoy. have just created a plot hole. Definitely not intentional. We'll see how it goes when I start reading things back through once it's all done. But you know, we're still just trying to... The point of this NaNoWriMo is to fix the holes. But they weren't plot holes when I started. Because there was just like gaps in the storytelling that's like, no, I actually need to fill this gap. This may just be a plot hole within the gap that I was filling. But we're still getting words on the page. It just may not be words that get to stay. Or maybe this just creates something entirely new for the story. No, this is 100% a problem, and I hate that I gotta figure out another way. Oh! I just figured out how I could fix it. Oh, man. Glad you got to witness that. But that's kind of how this process has been going. Hope you've enjoyed seeing days 7 through 13. Yeah, it's been a fun time. We are where we are, which is nowhere where we should be, but we are where we are. So that's gonna be it for this video. It will get up at some point on the 14th. Probably not the same time that the 7th did, because I did not spend any time piecing the videos together this go around, because life. But yeah, that's where we are. Alright, we'll see you next video. Bye. Don't